Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome back for another video. Today I'm using the new stencil by Simon Says Stamp called Jazz Dance. You can see it's got some really cool circles in it. I'm using it with some metallic silver embossing paste by Dreamweaver. I'm going to take a piece of Stampin' Up! Black cardstock and line it up behind the stencil, and I'll put some surgical tape from the back to hold it in place so that I can cover the whole front with it. And then I'll flip it over and I'll start working on my paste. I'm going to use a palette knife here, and as I open it up you'll see that it's not quite as pasty as normal paste. It's very smooth and creamy, almost like liquid pearls in a bottle. I always put the paste at the bottom of my palette knife just because it's easier to spread. Now when I spread this, I'm putting it on pretty thick, and I wish I had put it on a little thinner because when I peeled it off it kind of pulled at it a little bit, so it wasn't perfectly smooth. But I mean, it still looks good, but if I were to do it again I'd kind of scrape off more of that embossing paste. Alright, so now immediately before it dries I'm going to take it off. So I'm going to remove this piece of surgical tape, which I put on my clothes actually before I put it onto the paper so that it wouldn't stick quite so much. So I'm going to carefully peel this up and you'll see the beautiful design that's left. I love the silver embossing paste on black paper, and I think this makes a really good masculine card. I let it dry completely, and now I'm going to take that other piece of surgical tape off. I didn't want to touch it too much while it was still wet. And rather than scrape off the sides while it was wet to get those excess pieces off, I just cut them off afterward when it was dry, because that way I didn't risk any like smudging of the embossing paste. I have a strip of Soft Sky Stampin' Up! Paper. I'll put some tape runner on the edge of the black cardstock and then place it over the Soft Sky so that about 1/8 of an inch is showing. I think this color looks really good with black. I have some DMC silver thread. It's very fine thread. I'll put some tape runner on the back of my Soft Sky and place the end of my thread. I'm going to wrap it around 3 times, the same width as my Soft Sky from the bottom of the black, so that I get kind of 2 equal parts there. And then I'll wrap it around and tape it and cut it off. And so now I have my 3 layers of thread here. I'm also going to make my bow now, so I want it to be triple ply. So I'm layering up 3, again, pieces of the silver thread. And I'm making it long, but apparently not long enough, because I did struggle with making this bow. I have so much thread here, I don't know why I made it so short. But anyway, so I have 3 layers here. I'm just going to cut them all so that now they're all the same size. I actually edited out all my tries on the bow except for the last one. Here is the final bow, and after I tied it, I arranged it so that the 3 loops were different sizes, so it looked like it was a much fuller bow. I'm going to put the bow off to the side for now, and I'm going to put some tape runner on the back of this panel and adhere it to a folded Nina piece of cardstock. I'm pulling my sentiment from the Simon Says Stamp Big Birthday Wishes stamp set. I'm going to put it in my MISTI and place my sentiment toward the right, and my bow's going to be on the left for balance. So I'll ink that up with some VersaFine black onyx and stamp it down, and then I'll take 1/8 of an inch glue dot. I usually pick it up with my paper piercer and place it where I want my bow to be, and then I just kind of press my bow into it and it sticks really, really well. And that is my card for today. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.